Okay, Syracuse. Time to think what's been going on. I know with Steve Angeli we were moving the ball and everything, and it seemed as though he was the second coming of Kyle McCord. Then he goes down. Rickie Collins comes in. It just seems as though there's a major drop off. And there supposedly was a quarterback competition? I mean, he had a week to kind of fix things. Plus, hey, they say he got into the film room right after the loss there to Duke. But I mean, did we see improvement? Not really. And I mean, it just seems as though since Angeli went down and since Collins came in, the offense definitely has become anemic. I'm kind of wonder if it lost some of its blood. As we go down there to Dallas, where we haven't gone for about 65 years since Ernie Davis helped win the Cotton Bowl and helped SU win its only national title. You gotta wonder, is Rickie Collins that bad, or just does he need a little seasoning? Or is it time for Luke Carney to come in and see what he can do? Because you know what? It was anemic until the fourth quarter. Then the Cuse kind of made it interesting, scoring a couple of touchdowns and scoring a safety. But whatever. Another poor showing by the Orange against SMU, 31-18. And I mean, this bye week can't come at a better time for the Orange, because they need to pretty much do a little looking to see whether Rickie Collins is the answer or whether it's time we go to Luke Carney. Because I mean, what was a promising season has slightly derailed. We're at 3-3, and we got a pretty good slate of games coming up. With 2 victories, I think that can happen. I'm thinking North Carolina and Boston College are probably going to be victories. But the other 4, let's just say, Georgia Tech, Miami, Notre Dame will be hard-pressed to beat them. Pitt is the iffy one. But Pitt's got a freshman quarterback who looked pretty good in their game against Boston College. And I mean, Pitt always gives SU fits, but that's why we're rivals. But we'll see what happens when the Pitt comes to the Dome on the 18th. We gotta sit and lick our wounds, Syracuse, or a lot of people are already starting to think, basketball isn't too far away. Yeah, basketball's only a few weeks away. Plus, I mean, we got a pretty interesting slate of home games, albeit no Colgate, no Cornell. Interesting basketball slate coming up. But I'm getting a little too far ahead of myself. We gotta fix what's broken. And what's broken now is Syracuse's offense, plus the defense is more giving than the United Way. You gotta wonder, come on, Cuse, if you want to show that Fran Brown's improved this team, you gotta start playing like it, and we gotta start hoping to think about our bowl situation. One has us going to the Military Bowl, one has us going to the Fenway Bowl, experts that is, and some don't have us going to a bowl altogether. Would be a real come down from going to the Holiday Bowl to no bowl at all, if you know what I mean. And I'm going from talking about the Cuse to talking about Buffalo. You know, it seems as though the last couple of weeks, McDermott has kind of gone away from the fundamentals. 11 penalties against New Orleans, and then 11 penalties against New England, and also 3 turnovers. An un-Josh Allen-like play at times against the Patriots. It always seems as though those guys from suburban Boston always play us pretty tough. And of course, for about 20 years, we were their patsy because of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But I tell you what, Drake May looks like he is a decent little leader. And Mike Vrabel is actually a pretty darn good coach. They do have New England kind of heading in the direction where, again, I'm just hoping that there's no more dominance by New England like they were when Brady and Belichick were the leaders. But you know what? Buffalo shot themselves in the foot. Good, interesting uniforms there for rivals. I see the symbolism there, especially because of Buffalo's cold weather and everything. But I don't know. Do you think that uniform was a hindrance? We'll see. But New England wins 23-20 on a almost last-second field goal. And you know what? We got Atlanta coming up. We got to go down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium and take on lefty Michael Penix Jr. and the Falcons. Michael Penix is an interesting-looking quarterback. He's a rising star. And, of course, he's a lefty. It seems as though lefties are starting to come back into the NFL. Not since the days of Kenny Stabler have we had as many lefties like Penix and Tua Tagovailoa. But, we'll see. Atlanta's up next for the Bills. Can the Bills get on track? On the high schools, again, Waterloo with a dud for a game on senior night. But I will have to digress about Minders. Pretty impressive win against C.G. Finney, who I think is the younger brother of C.G. Spacely. But I hope Cogswell doesn't say anything about it. Jetson! And also, the volleyball team continuing on its mission to honor its fallen teammate. Cameron, this season's for you. You were a pretty interesting and nice young lady. We're doing this for you. But let's continue the good work, Waterloo Volleyball. And of course, Minders, Waterloo, keep pressing on as we get closer towards sectional play. And I'm going to talk about the NHL dropping the puck on another season. It's going to be an interesting season with the two-time defending champion Florida Panthers. But I'm kind of wondering about the Sabres. It's been a way too long a drought for the Sabres out of the NHL playoffs. It's embarrassing. And also with Anna Meyer being arrested for DWI. You know what? What the heck were you thinking? Of course, you lost your job. And speaking of DWI, what about Mark Sanchez? Of course, he wasn't driving, but he was publicly intoxicated, attacking that truck driver, resulting in serious injuries to him and to the driver, and serious charges. Sanchez, I really sympathize the way the media handled you after one of the most infamous incidents, the butt fumble, and he won. You know what? You didn't deserve all that negative scrutiny, but you pretty much have screwed yourself with this. You know what? I don't have any sympathy for you at all this time. You're going to be facing some serious charges and maybe some time for what happened. And last but not least, get well soon, Deion Sanders. Everybody's pulling for you. He's again maybe having trouble with blood clots. Come on, let's go, prime time. And also prayers to Randy Moss in his battle against cancer. Prayers to both of these great athletes of my time. And that's all I have time for this week. Till next time.